Hey fellow gamers, YouTubers, what's going on? This is Kyle, host of Game Time with Kyle. Thanks for tuning in to this video, by the way, taking your time out to watch this. In our never-ending quest to do something a little different and unique every now and then at least, I am presenting for the first time ever our Gametime's Game Boy Game of the Month Club, or GGGC if you will, where every month I'm going to award a Game Boy Game of the Month, and we'll play a few minutes of it just to kind of see what it looks like and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Every month we'll award a new one, probably middle of the month or so I think would be kind of nice. So this is June, or excuse me, no, it's July. It's July 2013, and our first Game Boy Game of the Month is none other than a true classic, and it's one that's being remade for modern consoles here pretty soon. It's coming out fairly soon, and that is DuckTales. But not just ordinary DuckTales, this is actually the sequel, DuckTales2. And little nostalgia for me, because this was my very first ever Game Boy game. I remember it distinctively. I got it for Christmas, 1992, with that old, fat, original Game Boy, and played the heck out of it. So let's play a few minutes of it next on Game Time, and we'll see what it's all about. Alright, here we go, Disney's DuckTales. I'm playing this classic game you kind of on the Game Boy Advance SP model, so we got the nice screen here. We can kind of flip to widescreen. We'll keep that. And yeah, this is actually a pretty fun little story. And listen to that music. Classic DuckTales at its finest. Alright, we'll just see if we can kind of get through a stage here, just one stage. Basic object of the game, you have to go to these 5 locations and pick up the big treasure that is at the end of each stage. All the while, there's also pieces of a treasure map that actually unlocks a bonus extra stage, which actually is more this middle island. You kind of go there and there's a secret area you can get to once you have all the pieces of the map. So it's kind of fun. And this ship will eventually rise, and that sort of becomes sort of the final stage. So about, if you want to be technical about it, 7 stages in all. And some fun DuckTales cartoon characters here, as you see there. Uncle Scrooge, Launchpad McQuack, and I think the boss battle in one of these, I want to say is Scotland. I might be mistaken, but I know is Magica de Cell, sort of the magical villain there in the cartoon series. So it's kind of fun to see some appearances. And Scrooge McDuck's rival, Flintheart Gomgoad? Flintheart Gomgoad, I think, whatever his last name is. He's in the game as well, but no Gizmo Duck. He was in the first DuckTales. And each stage, we'll just, Niagara Falls kind of looks fun. Each stage is, well, maybe not each stage, but a couple of these stages actually give you some power-ups to which will unlock certain areas in other stages. For an example, on this one, we're going to get the ability to pull things with our cane. I'll turn up the volume here a little bit. Just great music in both these NES and Game Boy DuckTales games. But as I was saying, we can get some power-ups which will eventually unlock portions of other stages we normally wouldn't get to, so it's got some good replay value. Like this right here, for example. We can bounce on it with our cane, but those blocks won't break. I think in that Mew stage that I'm on, we get a device that actually, when we jump on these particular blocks, we can break them. So if we were to come back, or if we would have started at a different stage and had that, we could take a little bit of a shortcut there. Now we have to kind of go around here a little bit. There's one of Scrooge McDuck's nephews. Thank you. Looks like he's in red. I believe that was Huey. Secret treasure. We're going to follow the signs. Now, anyone who's played this on the NES kind of will recognize it's actually a very, very faithful recreation or a port of this game that was on the NES. It's amazing how accurate the controls and the visuals and the stage and the gameplay and everything is. Absolutely amazing. I think there's X-ray glasses. Alright, now I can see where some hidden items are. I want to say it actually has some extra items that weren't on the original NES version. I actually do not remember those X-ray glasses on the NES version. There's Wendy, Uncle Scrooge's lovely little niece. I think Gyro Gear Loose is over here. Whoa! Quick time. Just a great platformer and great soundtrack overall. This game is definitely deserving of the very first Gametime's Game Boy Game of the Month Club. Okay, we can now break things we couldn't break before with the pogo jump. Kind of like those blocks we originally saw. I actually was mistaken. I thought this particular power-up was in a different stage. But it's right here, so now we can break those blocks. There they are again. Now remember, we couldn't break these before, but now we can. And that will be useful on some few other stages we'll be visiting. So a clock to freeze time. That's pretty neat power up there. Not sure we can get that. There we go. Climb up the rope. Let's see if we can get those treasures. I know Uncle Scrooge would want to get these treasures. There we go. There's Launchpad asking us if we want to go back to home. Actually, we will not. We can continue this mission. Every time we see Launchpad, we're about halfway through, so... handy little reminder there. There's still some treasure chests to unlock. And basically why you would want to go home, maybe you want to deposit all of your earnings, because if we would happen to bite the dust here, we would lose all the cash that we have earned thus far. So it's just kind of how you want to play. You can kind of go back and get some good cash that way or whatnot, and save up for some good handy little items in between stages. And there are some actually good items. Alright, I believe we are at a boss battle. Listen to this music coming up. It's really fantastic. Oh. Alright, he hit us twice, but not again. Okay, he will. As you can see here, we lost all of our cash that we got during the stage. Bummer. I will have vengeance for that. 5 times should do the trick, yep. Like all boss battles. And there's one of the 5 treasures there. So now we return back home. I'll show you some of the items we can get with all these treasures, and then we'll call it quits here. We won't play through the entire thing. Don't really do that a whole lot on game times, just to kind of show off a little bit of the gameplay footage. So here we got the continue globe, just in case we lose all of our lives. We can play some more. Safe, very useful there, because it will let us keep all of our cash and treasures that we found, even if we were to get killed. Good Mojo Doll, I think, is just a standard 1-up. Cake is for some extra health. So cake is not a lie, because it's right there, and it's only 200,000. So what a deal there. Alright, that will do it for our very first edition of the Game Boy Game of the Month Club for July 2013. We'll come back and we'll do another one here next month in August. And until then, everybody, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for giving a thumbs up. Thanks for liking our Facebook group page. Come join us, be a part of that. It's a pretty fun community here. And lastly, leave a comment on what you think is a fun Game Boy game you think should be featured in a future Game of the Month Club. Love to hear all the suggestions. I do have a good Game Boy collection, so peace out, everybody. Take care and stay classic. Thank you for watching.